Talking expansion this morning, digital real estate investment company Stake is expanding into Saudi Arabia. We're speaking to the co-founder and co-CEO, Manar Mahmassani. Manar, it's lovely to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And we spoke to you, well, Tom spoke to you when you first launched, right in the first year of COVID. But let's get the elevator pitch again. You're an investment platform that allows people to invest in just bits of real estate, fractional ownership. Remind us how it works.
Sure. So we basically source, some of the best opportunities in the real estate market to make them available for everyone to invest in them from as little as 500 dirhams here in Dubai. It's a fractional ownership type of structure that's regulated by the Dubai Financial Services Authority. We do that from an app, and our mission is to empower everyone to own and build wealth through real estate.
And how do I realize my gains if I only own a window?
Yeah, if you own a piece of a home, you're entitled to a share of the income, firstly. So we distribute monthly dividends from the rental income. We also allow you to sell your shares to each other on the platform. That's our secondary transfer facility. We call it the exit windows. So you can realize the capital gains through, the on-platform transfer mechanism. And then as well, there's a voting mechanism whereby, the owners of the property can decide to sell the house. It's a democratized digital ownership experience.
Okay, well, you spoke to Tom when you launched end of 2020. So you're nearly 3 years old now. How much have you grown in that time? How many investors do you have?
Sure. So we've grown a lot. Alhamdulillah, it's been a great run. We have about 300,000 users now on the platform. We've closed over 100 properties. We've got about 200 million dirhams under management. And it's really fascinating to see how much Dubai attracts capital from all over the world. Really, 50% of our users are based here. The other 50% are based abroad. About 200 nationalities, 160 different countries, coming from 160 countries. So it's really exciting to have, to deliver that service to so many wide and diverse backgrounds of people.
What's the average investment people are putting in?
The average investor value is around $6,000, 25,000 dirhams.
So why now moving into Saudi? This is your first international expansion since you've launched. Why are you starting with the kingdom?
Well, it was always our vision to, make real estate fully accessible, open, transparent, borderless, and liquid. It was always part of our roadmap because, our ambition and our goal is to become the leading digital real estate investment platform in the MENA region. Saudi cannot be disregarded. It's a market that is core to us. And so it's always been on the roadmap to go to Saudi. It's exciting to actually operate there. There's a huge scale of demand, of development, of distribution, and at the end of the day, a true innovation that we're bringing to the market over there.
But I know that there is moves at the moment to expand what foreigners can invest in Saudi, but that has moved further along the road here in Dubai. Is it a way for me as a non-Saudi to buy into property that I otherwise wouldn't get access to?
Absolutely. So the way we're going to be operating in our initial phase, at least, is we just got regulated by the Capital Markets Authority in Saudi Arabia to distribute real estate investment funds. So these funds actually are larger instruments than the fractional ownership of individual properties, how we operate in Dubai. It's actually well suited to the market that has a tremendous amount of demand, as I mentioned, for that housing or that property investment instrument. So these funds are not restricted to Saudi nationals or residents. Actually, it's part of why there's a bit of excitement around us coming to the market. Is in addition to obviously allowing and empowering Saudi nationals to get on the property ladder through pre-vetted real estate investment opportunities locally. And we've attracted some of the best experts to kind of identify them. We're also really excited to bring, Saudi Arabian real estate investment opportunities to the world through our app. It couldn't be more easy and accessible.
You've called it a fund. Is this basically just a digital REIT that you're offering in Saudi?
No, so it kind of operates a bit differently. These are private real estate funds that are single asset, that are project specific, typically focused on projects under development that have a very high headline kind of return that has, in most cases materialized. There's a tremendous amount of housing. There's a housing boom, a lot of construction, and a shortage of housing in places like Riyadh. So people really get the macro, and ultimately the returns are very, very attractive. But also there's a real opportunity to kind of also shift away from that typical, higher risk type of instrument or type of exposure to a income generating asset.
Okay.
As the market there is kind of starting to lease a lot more apartments and building blocks, office and residential buildings.
Quickly, we've only got a minute left with you. This all works when rents are high, as they are at the moment. What happens when they fall?
Well, just like any other developed markets, kind of the capital appreciation side starts to become a little bit more relevant. But we kind of see that not so relevant for the current market conditions. Of course, where rents are, the rental returns are kind of similar or slightly higher for the premium. But then, when rates will fall eventually, then you're going to get some yields to pick up and capital appreciation that materializes.
30 seconds. But that means also that if you're buying in property now, that you're buying in at the height of the market, the peak of the market, no?
Well, there's a lot of growth to come. There's really Saudi, for instance. There's real estate has been the primary driver of private wealth creation, and with all the shortage of housing, like I mentioned, there's a lot of upside to come.
Manar Mahmassani is the co-founder and the co-CEO of Stake, expanding into Saudi Arabia. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.